Hi friends, MD Vegan with my daily greens. I make a Frisée salad today. I have here the Frisée lettuce. That is one of my favorite lettuces here. Look at this beauty. It's also called a curly endive. And a curly endive, that means it is a little bit more bitter. It's a chicory family. They are a little bit bitter. It's a wonderful flavor, but you have to balance a little bit. And the leaves are, you see, curly a little bit, all the way down. And large heads, like the endive. It's the queen of lettuces. This is also some kind of queen. And they have really, the flavor is really a little bit peppery, frizzy, you know. It's so interesting. I don't get that very often. I was so lucky when I got to the health food shop today and I found this. I was amazed. So you wash the leaves, of course. I put them into a water bath, cold water bath. And when you dry them with a salad spinner, and then because the dressing tastes better when the salad leaves are drier, not 100%. Salad spinner is okay. If you don't have one, you can also shake the water off a little bit. But then I cut it here like almost like endive into thin stripes, so to say. But these are not stripes; these are little pieces. Endive is broad leaves. These are just very small, thin sticks. You see that here. All this texture is so amazing. And it is a little bit bitter, and the bitterness is very tender. It's not, I mean, when you have greens, generally the description of the flavor is bitter green, right? But there are so many nuances and differences. I mean, I wouldn't say, some people even say that it's sweet. Endive is sweet. But I would say it is a peppery bitterness, a very tender bitterness, but peppery, like a frizzy a little bit. There are so many variations of bitter. Bitter also is in fruit. When you have a fruit and the peel is usually a little bit bitter. It's the best part of the fruit, health-wise, you know. And so there are many ways of bitter, and it's not all bad. When it's too much, we don't want to have it, but it's the healthiest part of the plant, right? It's a cleansing part. These greens are known for that. This is a salad bed. It has to be fluffy like this. And when you cut these endives or curly endives or frisée, when you cut these down, they get tender a little bit in texture. They are still a little bit crunchy, but they get tender because you cannot use too much dressing on top of it and so not too heavy. They mesh together, so it has to be handled with care. But what I do today, I use this leaf. I'm so excited, you may notice, with a 5-ingredient base that I put on the bottom here, the leaves first. Then I have an onion here. This time I have a whole onion. Usually I take half an onion. This time it's a whole onion because I have bell pepper, red bell pepper, and red bell pepper is so nice with onion. For example, when you make a bell pepper salad, you need a lot of onion to make it taste delicious. Otherwise, it becomes too bitter. There is a sweetness in the red bell pepper, but there is also a bitter flavor, like in all peppers. And the onion is a perfect balance for that, in texture and in flavor. The texture is crunchy and watery a little bit, like the bell pepper. That is the bridge. So the sweetness in the onion and the hot flavor perfectly then balances the bitter. And so I take a little bit more onion today because of the bell pepper I show you in a moment. But this is the second ingredient of the number 5. Of the 5 I put on the bottom, as in this series. And then I have my kidney beans and tomatoes. These are always number 3 and 4. In this series, I always make series because that's a nice way to have something the same and then to make small changes. That way I can try all kinds of different plants. And when you do that on a solid base of these 5 with the dressing, number 5, then you really get to know the ingredient that you add. The basis tastes perfectly. These together, kidney beans, tomatoes, onions, and the green leaves, perfect flavor with the dressing. I know that flavor. But when you, to this flavor, add 2 more ingredients like the bell peppers in this case and the black olives, you really get to know these black olives and the bell peppers, how they play together. And it's such a knowledge here, so precious, that it really makes it easy to cook. That's how cooking to me works. I put together ingredients to make something more than its parts. And to do that, you got to know the ingredients, right? And this is a way to do it. I found. It's my way to do it now. I make a new recipe every single day. Make small changes. Begin with small number of ingredients, so you can't go wrong that much. You have a solid base, you know it is nice, and then you add a little bit, and you can almost foresee if it's going to work or not. Sometimes it doesn't work, but then you try again, and it doesn't really matter. It's never totally bad. And here is the dressing. It's a sweet sour cashew dressing. I got it on top. I can't take too much because I said already the Frisée is tender now, so not too much. The dressing is made with cashews, apple cider vinegar, dates, sweet and sour, and pepper and salt. Very simple, and the water. I show you in another video linked under this one how to make it. It's very easy and it's very versatile. In this case, with the Frisée, I like it a little bit runnier, so you can tweak the dressing here easily. It's only 5 ingredients. You simply and easily understand what it's like, how it works. Yeah. Put more vinegar, more cashews, more salt, more pepper, more water, you name it, and you can adapt. And you always have to taste, that is a rule, a chef's rule. When you make a salad, you always have to taste the leaf together with the dressing to check if it works. The dressing and the leaf, they have to match. And let's see if it works. I will not toss it now because it's tender now. If I toss it, I have to eat it right away. Otherwise, it wilts, and it's wilted, and the salad is done. You know, you cannot have a salad with the wilted leaves. Right? Nobody likes that. Salad is the healthiest food we have. Dark leafy greens, and it should be delicious and really exciting. And these kind of ingredients make it really exciting. I'm so happy I found this. I hope you like it too. I hope you enjoyed watching. Please like, subscribe, MD Vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day. And find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and X. And further the vegan cause through a small donation. There's a thanks button under the video.